ICE attempted to get people to report if they've been harmed by an illegal immigrant, but they forgot that they posted it on social media, so they were not going to get serious answers. You can see the ask here from ICE's official Twitter account. Contact us if you were harmed by an alien. And people did respond. Somebody call Ripley posted Slick McGee's. Someone else said, I was probed by this guy. Seems relatively harmless, though. Someone also said, can people also report UFO sightings, or do aliens have to abduct and probe you first? Now, the ICE post was probably in response to pressure from the Trump administration to increase deportations. You can see that here. Trump aide Stephen Miller pushes ICE to ramp up immigration arrests to 3,000 per day. And Stephen Miller and Kristi Noem tell ICE to supercharge immigrant arrests. And I think it's one of those moments, Trey, where it's like, this sucks. These people are awful and evil, but at least people are going to try to gum up the works and try to make light out of a brutal, like awful situation. What do you think of this?
Yeah, it's funny to me that like whoever runs their Twitter account apparently genuinely didn't see that coming. It feels like the most obvious thing in the world to me. It's like, you ever been on the internet before? Of course, use a different verbiage. I know that alien is technically correct in that context, but like, you gotta know that you're gonna get memed to death with probe jokes. Further, it'd be funny if ICE's headquarters or whatever got like tractor beamed or space lasered or something, because aliens themselves saw this and thought that ICE was like, gunning for them or something. If they made a intergalactic nemesis or something like that, that'd be pretty funny too. But yeah, that's the thing earlier, we were talking about the ICE agents and how they sleep at night and all this crazy stuff that they're doing. Then you realize also, and that I still stand by all that, but then you realize also they're getting these like directives from on high about these quotas and stuff that are insane. They're being supercharged and whatever. And so that's how you end up with high school kids and stuff getting rounded up because, they got to do numbers. They got quotas to make. And so who cares about the validity of any of it, and that's makes it all 10 times worse.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a video coming for Rebel HQ in the next day or two about a family, and maybe you've seen this story as well, but a family in Oklahoma who had their door kicked in. It was a mom and her daughters. They had just moved there from Maryland, and maybe the previous occupant was undocumented, but they didn't care. They didn't do any due diligence. They just, in the middle of the night, kicked the door in, stole all their stuff, seized all their stuff. No timetable for when these are going to be returned. Their personal belongings. They're citizens. And when you have, like you're saying, when you have a quota, who cares about details? You need to hit those numbers. So it doesn't matter who gets wrapped up in this dragnet. It's just, you're going to leave these people, anybody affected by this dragnet, you're going to leave them with a long, you're going to leave them with trauma for the foreseeable future. And it is ultimately dehumanizing, and it's just very, very sad.
Indeed it is. Yeah, that's the order of the day. Dehumanizing and very sad.